under attack, and this of course taking place over the weekend. It goes on to say shots fired after EFF leader is pelted with stones. Party fight spills into the street as a faction confronts Juju at a conference. Now Juju's car apparently pelted in that brawl, and this was as things got out of control at Assemblies of God Conference Centre in Helion Clip in Mayerton on Saturday night, when stun grenades and rubber bullets were fired to disperse a group of angry EFF members who accused Malema of sidelining their preferred candidate from being Gauteng chair. And also on that front page, a picture of President Cyril Ramaphosa and Chinese President Xi Jinping. And this, of course, as Ramaphosa is visiting that country on the invitation of the Chinese president, and also, of course, for the FOCAC summit. So that's the front page of Sowetan. Moving on to The Citizen, their lead story this morning: show no mercy, cop killers. Police Minister Bheki Cele again talking tough, telling officers not to be kind when they net cop killers after 4 funerals of slain officers just on Saturday. But an expert warns that Cele's calls shouldn't be interpreted as a call to excessive violence. And then a strange bedfellows picture there, and participants of the roundtable bed race at Sparkop's Raceway outside Pretoria yesterday. The annual race started in 1995, and it is aimed to help raise money for hospital beds, and it takes place on the first Sunday of spring. And also test tube, South Africa's test tube lion, the world first breakthrough technique can save big cat species. That's the front page of The Citizen. And moving on now to a Business Day, Bain & Co. To probe own lapses at SARS. Now, sources say the consultancy's managing partner in South Africa met with Zuma at Nkandla in 2013 and 2014. And this, of course, pertains to the SARS Commission. An international consultancy firm, Bain & Co., has launched an internal investigation into the work that they did at the South African Revenue Service after shocking information emerged at the Commission of Inquiry, and the company's overhaul of the SARS operating model was blamed by senior officials who were testifying at the Commission, for a contribution to the 50 billion rand in revenue collection shortfall that SARS has experienced. Also on that front page, McKinsey accused of complicity in cartel. McKinsey & Co. has been cast into the center of the probe into cartel conduct in the cement industry, with evidence emerging that the global consultancy advised cement producers to undermine competitors by secretly conspiring. So, doesn't get any better for McKinsey. It seems worse and worse all the time. So that's what's making headlines in Business Day. The Star today, looting spree rocks the city, and also Joburg destroying illegal buildings, and SA open for business. This for President Cyril Ramaphosa's visit, of course, to China, and we'll be speaking about that shortly with Professor Tembe, just to find out exactly what could possibly be on the table during these bilateral discussions. Okay, we're going to go to a short break, and when we come back, it's actually chilly outside. Don't be fooled.